Hello, my name is Dr. Paris and I'm the Deputy Principal at Fremont-Elizabeth City High School. Today we're looking at the second part of the implementation of our story of my multimedia program, and I'm doing the Three Little Pigs. Okay, in order to do the implementation, you need to go back to your documentation which we did in podcast 1 and 2 and 3. So we did a content page, but here it is. The first thing we did was the analysis. We analysed the situation. Okay, we've got to come up with a plot. Then secondly, we come up with the design. Oops, jumping all over the place, isn't it? And the design involved a storyboard and a pseudocode. And we do our third section for implementation. Okay, last podcast, we looked at building the characters. I built three little pigs and a wolf, so I built a wolf. Today we're looking at building the scenes. And as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenes, 5 backdrops at least. Okay, so now in this session we look at how to build the backdrops. Okay, let's just go to a sketch program. So we did last podcast, we did the 3 characters and there's nothing to them. Okay, we're going to look at the stage or backdrops. Go over here and we're going to build the first one. The first one's going to be our introduction. So you're going to make it look a little bit better than that. I might just do a bit of a fade, a shading. Let's have a look. And I might just do a black shading using a bucket, and I'm going to shade downwards, and that looks alright to me. We'll do that. Now we're going to have a title on here, so let's build our title, and I shall call it the 3 Little Pigs. Okay, we'll do that and put it on here. Okay, and what we're going by Paris. Okay, the Fremont-Elizabeth City High. Okay, high school, the highest one. And we'll move it to the top left wall. And there's our title. Okay, stick it to our school colours. I might just choose that colour there, square fill, and do a bit of a background. Now we can fix that later on, but that's all so far. So that could be our backdrop for the first one. Click that on, and there it looks like that. Just might move those characters down a bit. Okay, so we've done the first scene. Okay, going back to our Word file, second scene, we're going to have the house of straw, and we said somewhere in the forest. Okay, let's try that out. Okay, the second one, building a house of straw in the forest. Let's find some forest. I can actually draw the forest, or I can find it in the library. Here's the library, and I'm going to just use forest. Let's just use that. Okay, there we go. What I might do is just hide the characters for now. Under looks, I'm going to hide, and this one here under looks, go to hide. And same with this one, hide this character, and this one here, I'll hide them. Okay, now I build, let's go back to my stage, and I'm going to my second background, and I'm going to build a house of straw. So what I'm going to do is going to edit that, and get a pencil, and we'll do some background yellow, build this house of straw. Some orange. And there you go, I've got my house of straw built, and I'll rename it as well. Now I've got a straw house. And here I might call it intro. Actually, I'm going to call this instructions one. Actually, I'm going to call it scene one. Scene 1 to match up with that storyboard, and I shall call this one scene 2. That way it matches with our storyboards nicely. Okay, now ready for our next scene. In our next scene, we've got to do the following. Let's have a look. So, the deduction scene, scene 2, scene 3 is the house of sticks. Okay, let's go back to our file and let's look at scene 3. There you go, scene 3. I'm going to import a background, and I'm going to choose Dom maybe. I'll choose that first one, that's fine. There we go, and I'm going to start building a house of sticks from this. Edit it, and I need to get my sticks organised. I'll just do a hollow circle like this, maybe. Yeah, let's try that. And I'm just put some wood and grade it like this. Bring that back a week. Get some do that. Let's try again. Let's try this square one. We'll get one of these. I might get a fill. Okay, some of that. Have my stick. Let's get it graded. That. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is copy that. Well, actually, look at my stamping tool. My stamping tool. And just copy that. Okay. Put this together. Okay. And I gradually build a house of sticks. And there's my house of sticks. Okay. Now I should call this one scene 3. Scene 3. Looking good. And my documentation, I need a house of bricks. Okay, so let's go back to here, and I need to get a house of bricks. Okay, for the house of bricks, I might just do, let's just do a brand new one. I'll just do my own. So I need some lawn. Okay, so let's get some pencil going. There's some greenery, and let's do some lawn. Oops. It's not the greenery. Okay, I need some blue sky. Okay, and then I start building my house. So what I need now is a brick. So a little square. Might make it brown. Yeah, and I shall put it in here. Actually, what I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a white brick, a white outline. Make it white. It's also water. There you go. You get the brown. And I can clean that. Get my stamp tool. Just build my brick house next to each other. And there's my house bricks. Okay, let's put it away. And I should call that one scene 4. Okay. Now we're down to our last scene, and our last scene is going to be the end. Okay, for the ending I have 5 different endings. I flick through. The first one would be a moral. So the moral of the story: no need to be nice to people, just be polite, or this can happen to you. That'd be one of my scene 5s. And I'm going to name this one scene 5-1. Okay, so that'll be the first one. Okay. What I'm going to do for scene 5-2 will be the burning of this house. So I'm going to copy this and call this one scene 5-2. And in here I'm going to have the house burned down, so I need to edit it with fire. And erase a bit of it's been damaged, erase some of it, fill it with red. Okay, fire everywhere, so on and so forth. Okay, burnt down the house of sticks. We should call this one scene 5-3. This will be within the house of bricks. It should be scene 5-4. And this one is the end. And that should be scene 5-5. Okay, so with the end, I'm going to flick for these scenes. Moral of the story: house, the straw burnt down, sticks burnt down, bricks burnt down, and the end. It's very slow today. Bricks burnt down, and the end. That's it. Thank you for watching.